Hi YouTube and welcome back to my Let's Play Diablo 3. Alright, so we are now going to be talking, we're talking to Kane, but this episode we're going to be looking for the second piece of a stranger's sword, which we think is going to be the key to restoring his memory and having him tell the world whatever it was he's meant to tell us. One of the reasons he became the falling star in the first place, and just who the heck he is, and such. So now we're talking, the group here is talking about Magda, who showed up after we found the first piece of the sword, and she's leading this coven and everything, who the stranger doesn't recall the coven at all, at least not yet. But now Leah is joining our little team, since we're going to go find, or we're looking for the piece at the it's called the Drowned Temple, and it's kind of like that was the last place where the Nephilim lived. The Nephilim being the offspring of angels and demons, and basically the forerunners of humans, based on the lore in the story. So we're back in the Fields of Misery and going back up this hillside here. We kind of came across this in the last episode, but there was nothing here to do at this point. We had to wait until we finished the last quest. Now we meet the scoundrel, and he actually ends up being the next potential person that could join our team, just like the Templar is right now. I think I've mentioned before that the Templar tends to be my favorite, just because he looks big and strong, so I like having him around. I haven't really done much with the other two potential folks who can assist you if you're doing solo work and stuff. If you play with friends, you can't take these companions along with you. These guys are specifically meant to be of service when you're solo playing. Alright, so we just got rid of the Thieves Guild leader. There we go, he dropped a bunch of cool stuff. Completed that quest. And now we're going to go ahead and talk to him again. So basically, the girl had a relic. She promised to give it to him, and he promised to marry her. And, well, he is a scoundrel, after all. So I love how he's going to talk. He talks a little bit about utility the field and raising children. He's clearly not really that interested in settling down with this girl. But be that as it may, so we're picking some stuff up, and he's opening the gate, and he's now joined our team, at least for the moment. Oh yeah, and I'm checking out and seeing if there's anything valuable in my inventory. And now he's just telling us that the relic was a fake, and he's not planning on going back to that poor girl. So, scoundrel that he is. And I think at this point we have an option of having him replace the Templar to join our team. But I ultimately end up saying no, because I just always like using the Templars. So, for those of you who might be interested in seeing what the scoundrel can bring to your team, well, you might have to go play the game yourself. Because, I don't know, I like the Templar. And especially for a Crusader, I think Templar, Crusader, they seem to be very much on the same wavelength in terms of things. Alright, so now we're talking to Alaric, who is the last of the Nephilim, at least the ghost of him, because he's apparently long dead, but he still guards the entrance to the Drowned Temple. And he's like, you know, are you Nephilim? And we're like, well, they've been gone for a long time, we're just humans. And he's like, well, we'll see about that. You know, you need to go find some keys, and he's gonna raise the bridge to allow us to go over to where we can find the keys to the Drowned Temple. And if you are Nephilim, the keys will work for you. If you're not Nephilim, they won't. So, you know, basically it's a test. You know, if you can find the keys and use them, then you might not be just a plain old human. You might actually be Nephilim. At least, so the theory goes. Okay. So now we've just kind of, basically it's called the Festering Wood, is where we're at, and we're just kind of running around, and we're looking for two areas. One is the Crypt of the Ancients, and the other one is Warrior's Rest, and in each one of them is buried one of the two keys that we're looking for, so we have to find both of them. Just kind of running around here and looking for those things. And I'm not even doing my standard, like, search parameters and stuff. I'm just trying to get through this as quickly as possible, because some of my episodes are going to get long, and I'm trying to cut that down a little bit. Alright, so we just had another encounter with what I call elites. I don't know what the proper term is in Diablo 3, but I call them elites. I mean, there's different levels of these elites that you encounter, and sometimes they're single, sometimes there's 2, 3, 4. I think I've seen as much as 5 images of these guys. Be that as it may, I'm just here trying to find these keys. Ooh, and just hit level 12. So we've got some new skills unlocked. That's always a nice little perk there, so let's take a look. Alright, so now we've got Blessed Hammer, which spins around me. No runes for that yet, since it's new. Oh, and we have a new rune for our shield glare, so we'll go ahead and add that and see how those work. My strategy is, as I'm leveling up a character, is I always try all the new spells and things, you know, to a degree, for a while, and then I just kind of see how the mechanics work and everything. And if I like them, I'll keep them. If I don't like them, you know, I'll shelve them and go back to one that I like better. Alright, so here's the entrance to one. Yep, Warrior's Rest. Which, obviously is, you know, you can see here, we're up above, but there's like ancient crumbling remains of buildings down below as well. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of the old Nephilim cities and things, I've long since been, you know, buried under dirt and debris and water and other things like the Drowned Temple and stuff. I think I would imagine that most of the stuff was above ground at one point in the past. The one thing I'm not sure of, because I haven't read in too much detail, is how, you know, in terms of timeline, how long ago.
The Crusaders swore an oath to dedicate their lives to the search. None believed that they would be the one to end the crusade by finding and cleansing the corruption. They believed the search ennobled them, that the discipline of their life and journey was the true goal. The Crusader was meant to find meaning in the quest itself.
Alright, sorry about that. I forgot that I had included a little bit more of the Crusaders lore there. So that's a little bit more info on the class that I'm playing here as the Crusaders. But as I was saying, is how long ago the Nephilim came to be in the first place. I do know that for eons, the angels and the demons have been fighting the war, good versus evil, etc. And some of the demons started becoming disenchanted with the whole fighting thing, got sick and tired of the whole thing, and wanted to end it, and formed an alliance with the two lead ones actually falling in love and getting married and having children. And those children became the Nephilim, who were the precursors to humans. The Nephilim were just as powerful as their parents, the angels and the demons, but they were a mix of good and evil rather than just good or just evil. And that became problematic to the angels and the demons, who ultimately, I forget exactly what happened, but they somehow found a way of taking the power away from them and making them just ordinary humans, which is what we have today. And I don't know how long ago all of that took place based on the current timeline.
Our enemies are legion, but they will not take us without a fight. We must hold them here while the keys to the Holy Temple are hidden away from their leader, the fiend Nereza. Resolve must not falter, though we would surely die to the last man.
Alright, so Alaric there had a little bit of info to share with us, so I went ahead and just let that play. Alright, so now that we kind of cleared all that out and did that little side quest, as it were, going ahead into the Book of the Ancients and then after which we go back to the Drowned Temple and see if they work for us or not. I mean, I think I'm pretty much, you know, it's pretty much alluded to that our character is supposed to be Nephilim. That she is not an ordinary human, otherwise she wouldn't be able to do what she does in the first place. In fact, when we first, very first, when we first start playing the game, when we approach the New Tristram, and we take out the demons and stuff, the zombies that are attacking the town, the captain of the guard there says, "I've never seen anyone fight like you do." That was the kind of like the first nod to the fact that our character is something out of the ordinary. And so that's a big part of the storyline, is the fact that the character that we're playing, doesn't matter which class it is, but the character that we're playing is a Nephilim and is definitely something out of the ordinary, and is, you know, basically the only hope to save humanity. But I really like the storyline that they've woven together here for this game. I think it really makes the game. I mean, the game itself is fun, but having an interesting storyline to go with it, it just kind of cements the whole thing. Alright, key 1 is in. And key 2 is in. And it worked, so guess what? We're Nephilim. As if we didn't know that by now. At any rate, I think this was kind of fun, especially the first time I came across this part of the storyline. I was like, ooh, you're special. I like it. Alright, so we get to take out the ghosts of... these are supposed to be the ghosts and remains of former Nephilim that died here eons ago. And we get to take them on, and then we take out this guy as the prophet, or Ezek the prophet. And he's definitely one of the elites, and then he revives 3 more. These guys are, they all go by brother Laryl, brother Moek. So we'll take out all of these guys, and brother Carol, Laryl, and Moek. My brother Larry, other brother Larry. Sorry. Alright, so Alaric is rather pleased that we were able to easily defeat his brothers, which means that it confirms his suspicion that we are Nephilim, or that my character is at any rate. Alright, now we get to go and find the second piece of the sword, but who shows up? But Magda, of course, the moth queen. That's how I think of her, because she always has these moths on her shoulder, flittering around and stuff. And of course she brings some of her cult people in that we have to kill. Like, come on, by now you should know that we have no problem killing. Oh, and she does reveal one interesting thing. She does hint at the fact that Leah's mother, Adria, might still actually be alive. And Leah's a little bit flabbergasted about that right now. She's like, wait, what? I was told my mom was dead, so... that's interesting information. And that definitely comes into play later.
The world stone has been changed. Our children are born weak and suffer short lives. The demon Nereza promised to restore their power, but instead turned them into misshapen creatures and sent them to war against us. We may die, but not before she is sent back to the burning hells.
Alright, so that was the last bit of information that we're going to get from Alaric. And we now have the second sword piece. And next episode will be us going and finding the third sword piece. And the adventures that ensue after that. So far, the stranger doesn't really remember much other than it's streaking towards a fishing village, and Leah and Deckard agree that it's called Wortham, so that's where we're going. And the next episode is the village of Wortham to find the final piece of the sword. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you like these videos, please give them a thumbs up. Please share. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate every single one of my subscribers. Until next week, take care. Bye.